I used to race motorbikes myself when I was younger, and like most dads, we just bought him a Pee-wee and started him off just riding a Pee-wee for fun, and he started racing at about 5 years old, and he sort of raced ever since.
Just loved it ever since I threw a leg over a bike. I just realised it's the thing that I want to do. My sister had a bike, and then I started riding her bike around the front lawn. Yeah, I've raced for 11 years now, and it's pretty much all I've done my whole life, and just being competitive really. I find it fun. It's a good way to get away, and instead of sitting at home on the computer, it's just good to get out there and actually do something and keep fit. It's really good.
I think racing, it's pretty easy when you're riding the little bikes, but as you get over sort of 12, 13 years old and they get onto the bigger bikes, it does become quite expensive. So in the last couple of years we actually have done it pretty hard. We pretty much spend all the money we make on our racing, and it's money well spent. But you know, it's starting to pay off. It's good fun, and you've got to spend your money on something, so it's, you know, why not spend it on motocross?
Yeah, the main thing I like about racing is just testing yourself every week and just get better and better, and just setting goals and achieving your goals and just keep moving forwards.
2 years ago, Luke was actually a fairly good junior rider. I wouldn't say he's one of the very top guys, but he was a very good, confident rider, and he could mix it with the top guys occasionally. But we weren't racing a lot because it was so difficult financially. But now with this new MXTV sponsorship, it's definitely making it a lot easier. We're actually able to race now most weekends. It's just fantastic. I think it came about, I think, at the last round of the Victoria Junior titles, where he rode really well, but he was just riding like an old bike, and it was pretty much a piece of crap, to be honest. And I actually met Brendan through a mutual friend, and this other guy's a great supporter of Luke, and he was just telling Brendan how he likes Luke and he's a good kid, and that's pretty much how it all come about, which is just, you know, pretty lucky really. He got approached then by Brendan, and that's how it all started.
It's definitely a lot of help having a sponsorship. You know, I only had one set of gear, just a couple sets of goggles, and at the end of last year we were down at the Junior Victorian Motocross Championships down at Wonthaggi, and my bike was a bit wrecked, had no goggles and all that stuff, so I had to race around with no goggles and no vision. So that day wasn't the greatest day. Had no back brakes on my bike, had no goggles, but I was still running up front and I was riding good. So Bally went and approached Dad and spoke to Dad, organised some sponsorship, and before I had the sponsorship the bikes were definitely worn out a lot more, but now that I got the sponsorship all the bikes are new and it's always good to go.
Luke's sponsorship this year has been fantastic. We were able to get a couple of Suzuki bikes. You know, we've got a complete toolkit, we've got quick shade, we've got oils and tyres, we've got some goggles and some gear and a lot of stuff. We're very lucky to have some really great sponsors supporting Luke at the moment, which definitely makes it a lot easier for us. This year, it's definitely meant we can race. If it wasn't for this sponsorship, we would not be racing as much. We would still race, we would still get by, but it would be a lot harder, and it's just given Luke the opportunity now to really sort of have a go.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot better being sponsored. You know, I can just rock up to the races and have heaps of sets of gear, so after a race I can just come back in, change a set of gear, go back out and not worry about being dirty, and just all I have to worry about is my riding really. Everything else is looked after. It's definitely helped my riding heaps, you know, because I'm not thinking about everything else, like getting everything ready and all that. Everything's all supplied and all that, so all I've got to concentrate is on my riding and just going out there and going good. Mum and Dad have been fantastic throughout my racing. They've definitely done a whole heap my whole life. You know, Dad's always been looking after my bikes, and Mum's just prepares the food and always makes sure I have a good meal before I go racing, and just makes it nice and relaxing at every race meeting I go to.
Luke's got a really, really good bunch of friends. All his mates are down to earth, and Luke hasn't changed a bit, to be honest. Like, he's down to earth, and I think he knows he's got a long way to go, but with the racing, definitely Luke wanted to keep stepping up. So every time, you know, we'd always look at it and never ever sort of think that, you know, he's going to be the next Chad Reed. But you just never know. He wants to race, so we'll support him 100%. And we do it for fun, but if he gets somewhere with it, great. If not, we're having a heap of fun in the meantime.